knows how you come across somebody once in a while you shouldn't have messed with. That's me.
I am not an African American.
You're Oreo cookie, white in the inside and black on the outside.
I don't have an afro, I have an Amerifro.
Talking that idiotic stuff you talk about, I will slap you.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Black as the ace of spades, but 100% American.
Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Uniting the races with truth instead of dividing them with lies. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Good morning again. My guest is Jackie Christie. In studio, Jackie stars in Basketball Wives L.A. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming in. You're a busy lady.
Very busy.
Golly. How do you have time to do all that and raise a family?
You know, we are a family of authors. We do everything together. We're very close, and a lot of my interests are Doug's interests and vice versa, and our kids as well. So we do everything as a family.
Right on. How did you and Doug meet?
We met at a restaurant, a sports bar restaurant in Seattle through a mutual friend, and I had heard about, athletes, so I thought, oh, no, when he told me I want you to meet someone,
Yeah.
And I thought, no, and he kept, pursuing, and about a month later, Doug came in town from college, and he said, come on, just meet him, and I met him, and he was adorable. So,
Oh, he was?
yeah.
Athletes do have a reputation of not being, you can't trust them in marriages because of the temptation out there.
That's right.
Doug is not like that.
No, not at all. Not at all. He's totally different. And I think after being married to my husband and being around the league for 16 years, I've seen there's a lot of men that are actually committed and devoted and just, not following that path. But there is a lot of people out there still, having fun and sowing their wild oats.
Yeah.
And it makes it very easy. It's a very conducive environment for that.
I read, and I saw it on YouTube too, that every year on the anniversary you have a marriage, you perform the wedding over again.
Yes. And, it's been called wow, Jesse, and out there. But, it's our way of just keeping our marriage fresh. And it's been wonderful. And it's a tradition now. And our kids are saying they're going to do the same thing.
Give me an example of what you mean by respect one another.
There's a lot of my girlfriends that say, well, my husband don't clean up, or he don't cook, or he don't do this and do that. Whatever he does, respect whatever he brings to the table,
Yeah.
and vice versa. On top of that, don't go out and flirt. Don't do the things it's going to be detrimental to the way he feels or the sanctity of your marriage. You have to make sure that that's always first and foremost. So,
Were you raised by two parents, a father and mother in the home?
No, actually a single parent. My mom raised us, yeah.
And so did that have an impact on trust in men?
I think it had a little bit of an impact, but I have no trust issues at all with Doug. At first, when we were first dating, and I talk about it in our book, No Ordinary Love, our road was rocky as well. We met, I loved him, he was adorable. We had a great relationship. We had a daughter, but he hadn't made it to the NBA. When he got to the NBA, he had a few years where he was confused. He was out there doing the same thing that a lot of people do. All of a sudden, a lot of money's thrust upon you, but he always had good values, and he had a single mom raise him as well.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, so he really didn't know how to, sit down, be devoted. And I think he matured pretty quickly, especially with our daughter and the communication that we had. And I explained to him, I'm not here to change anything that you're doing. I'm a responsible, individual. I will go ahead and live my life. We are co-parents together, and we'll raise our daughter the best we can. And I don't need or want anything from you. And I think that helped a lot too.
Yeah. Are you a Christian? You and Doug?
Yeah, we very much so are.
You're a
but,
Christian?
Yeah.
In the Bible, it talks about the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. Is your husband, is Doug your head?
Very much so.
What do you say to women who say, no, we're partners, he's not my head, I'm my own woman?
I would say that I respect their opinion and their judgment, but my husband is definitely the king of our household. That's the way it is. I definitely answer to him, and I want to make sure that he leads us and leads the family. I don't have any problem with that. I am a strong person in that, but I bring support to it. I know he is everything.
Well, that's good. Do women attack you for admitting that he's your head?
Sometimes I've been attacked, but then once I explain to him how I feel and the fact that this is my situation and that's theirs, and I respect their opinion, then they usually calm down.
Are you difficult to live with as a wife?
No.
You're not difficult?
No.
How does your... No.
No.
How does Doug, your husband, deal with your anger? You know how sometimes women are just mad about nothing?
Yeah, and it's good you say that, Jesse. Sometimes I'll find myself like uptight about something.
Yeah.
And my husband's real good with diffusing that. Like if I snap or something, he might say, honey, are you not feeling well today? Or he'll just get my son and they'll go watch TV or watch cartoons. And after a few minutes, then he'll say, would you like some tea? Or do you want me to juice some fresh juice for you? He'll say something really sweet. And then it makes me really realize that, I'm being kind of a little bit of brat right now. I need to stop. And I'll go up and hug him.
I hear that a lot from guys. They say they wake up in the morning sometimes and the wife is just mad about nothing. She's laying there looking at him like he's done something wrong.
That's funny. And it's real. It's true, Jesse.
So why are women mad about nothing? What's going on with that?
I think it might be the female hormones. And sometimes, we as mothers and nurturers, we feel like we are responsible for the whole household, even though the husband has their part in it.
Yeah.
Even if they're the breadwinner, we still feel like if things are not perfect, because in our mind, we want things to go exactly a certain way, then we'll feel mad about life. Or we might just get uptight and then we're walking around with an attitude, snapping at people. It has a lot to do with that time of the month, or maybe just your hormones are off.
For those that don't know, if a woman said to you, Jackie, what is love? What would you tell her?
I would say that love is unconditional. Love is something that you feel for someone or something, and you don't expect anything in return. It's what makes you laugh. It can also make you cry, and I feel like it is what the essence of living and life is all about, is love.
So when you say unconditional, it means that you can love someone without having or expecting them to love you back.
That's right.
That's hard to find.
That's very hard to find.
99.999% of people will not give you love unless they know they're going to get something back in return.
And that's what I say. And that's why I say if it's true love, it's unconditional.
This has been the Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show, produced by Bond Action. To access the podcast of this show, visit us on the web at bondaction.org.